Hello everyone, this is the introductory video to the motion of particles, and in this video I will give you a brief introduction to where we are heading in this lecture series. So first let me make a remark on this one. So you can see here that this word is mechanics. So in what field of physics that motion of the particles belongs to? What field of physics? So there's this field of physics called mechanics, comes under classical mechanics. Motion of the particles are studied under this part. So mechanics is basically divided into two major parts called kinematics and dynamics. So together they form this major field called mechanics. So under mechanics we study the motion of particles or objects. Now in this lecture series we will basically focus on kinematics, the basic ideas and maybe intermediate stuff as well. In future studies we will look into dynamics of particles. So what are kinematics? Kinematics is a study of motion of particles without any regard to forces. Dynamics talks about how forces influence the motion of particles, right? Okay, under kinematics we will study about one-dimensional motion and two-dimensional motion. So one-dimensional motion means we will study about horizontal motions. That means a particle moving in a horizontal direction, just one direction. Okay, could be moving towards right side or towards left side. And vertical motion. Vertical motion means imagine you are projecting a particle upward, right? That is an example to vertical motion. So these are the two categories that we will be looking at under one-dimensional motion. In two-dimensional motions, we will look into projectiles and circular motion. So there's a separate chapter dedicated to these two parts. So we'll first start with one-dimensional motion, horizontal and vertical motions, and in this part we will derive kinematic equations which talks about a particle in motion. So in the beginning I will introduce you several concepts, several physical entities that is required to describe the motion of particles. You may already heard of these things. So for example, speed of a particle, position of a particle, distance, displacement, velocity, acceleration, time. So these physical entities will be introduced at first. And also we will look at how to graphically represent motion of particles, and we will compare between using motion equations to solve problems and using graphical representations to solve problems. So depending on the problem, you are free to use any method you like. Okay, thank you.